Hey, and welcome to video number 4. We're going to talk about mobile-friendly landing pages. Now, what I want to do now is just give you a quick overview of the video itself, and then I'm going to dive into the meat of it and show you step by step and click by click exactly what you need to do. So, why create a mobile-friendly landing page? Well, as you know, QR codes can hold many different pieces and types of information. If you choose the option where you link them to a URL, it gives you a lot more options to put anything you want on that page, as long as it's friendly to the mobile phone. So let's say you do set up a landing page. It can't have flash videos unless the videos, link to a YouTube video. But you also want to keep in mind that you want to keep a one set mind. If you just want to provide a video, provide the video. If you want to provide information, then put it on a landing page. So how do you ensure that you have a mobile friendly page? I'm going to go through some sets of tools or some tools that show you how to detect if your page is mobile friendly. And then after that, once you see that for yourself, I'm going to show you how to create a mobile friendly page. What kind of tools that you need to use. And there are two ways to go about this. You can either use a third-party tool or you can host it on your website, and I'll show you how to do that. So with that said, let's move on, let's get started, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, before I talk about what tools you should use to kind of get an idea if your site is friendly or not, when you use QR codes, I know I've emphasized this before, but you want to keep a one set goal and one set mind. So if you just send them to a website and assume that they're going to know what to do, then that's the wrong mindset. You want to get an idea, okay, what are they scanning and what are you bringing them to? Step number 2. What are they going to see? Are they going to see a video? Or are they going to see a landing page? What I recommend though, if you send them to a landing page, is to make sure that the information that is on that landing page is related to that QR code. If you have anything else on that landing page that doesn't relate to that QR code, then scrap the idea and move on to making sure that that landing page alone has only that information. Because you distract the person if you overwhelm them, you give them too much information, you overwhelm them, they're not going to take action. So I want to make sure that you increase your conversions to keep that one set goal. With that said, you have so many different types of mobile phones out there and smartphones. So there's iPhones, there's Androids, there's many more besides the iPhone. So the one thing you want to just keep in mind is there are things called simulators and emulators, and that's kind of what I'm forwarding you to here. There's a site called testiphone.com. There's other sites out there just like it called iPhoneTester.com, and there's another site that I typically use. If you go to emulator.mobi/emulator.php, you can just ignore the rest of this. So just pause this video, copy this link, and put it in. And this site gives me an idea of what other mobile phones would look like. People that don't have an iPhone that might be surfing the internet and so forth. So what you can do here is I'm going to go back to the iPhone tester. And you generally want to start with the bigger markets like the iPhones, the Androids, and so forth, because these are people that constantly surf the internet using their iPhone or their Android. But if you do use this type of thing, you want to make sure that you yourself have access to either an iPhone or an Android for testing purposes later on. Now I'm at testiphone.com, and I can go over here too. I'm just showing you this so that you can see different sites that are available to you. I'm going to go ahead and use the iPhoneTester.com, and as you can see, I've typed in Yahoo.com. Yahoo does have a mobile version, but And usually it can detect it. But let's say we'll just put something in, let's say we'll just pick a site that's not, I know for sure, for a fact, that's not mobile friendly. And because I personally use this site a lot, and I know it's definitely not mobile friendly. So Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. And this is what it looks like. So imagine somebody scans a QR code and then they see this stuff. So as you can see, people have information, or at least they can see part of the information. And it has big enough font that it would be easier to scroll around and so forth. But it's not necessarily, I would say, compatible to a QR code, because QR code is quick response code. People are going to want their information quick. So what I would normally do is I would set up a landing page here and just put enough information here that people can see it here. They don't need to scroll down too much. So enough information above the fold for your iPhone or your Android is probably the best thing to do. So these are just tests that you can use to test your landing page. In order to create a mobile friendly page, that's what I'm going to talk about next. So you're coming here with the idea that you can just convert your website to a mobile site, and that's fine, but you have to pay close attention to your site to make sure that there's not too much information. If there's too much information on your landing page, then I would be wary to even convert that into a mobile friendly page. But there are tools out there like bemobilize.com that allow you to do that. See, all you have to do is enter your domain here. So if I were to enter Fiverr.com, I could do that here. Bemobilize.com is interesting. It verifies your domain and analyzes it, and it creates a mobile site. But you do need to have an account to have a mobilized account or mobilized website. And there are other sites like onmobile.com which enable you to create a free mobile site. And you can think of this as this: instead of turning your website into an actual mobile friendly site, you can recreate your website, or actually recreate the data that is on your website into a mobile friendly page. And to do that, onmobile.com is a good place to go. You do need to create an account, but it is free. And as you can see here, I've created an account. You can design your mobile site. As you can see here, you've got different choices. So just keep in mind that you will probably need a logo. If you don't have a logo, that's fine, but it would be good for branding's sake. You might want to keep your mobile site colors similar to your main site, just so people get some sort of consistency and branding to your site. So let's say, for example, that I choose this template here, and this is what it's going to look like. I got a home, about page, services, and contact us. And if you're a local business, and let's say you're just providing some basic information about your company, you can do that. You can design your icons. I'm going to just click on next step. And this is really for basic, if just for basic information like home, services, about us, contact. So this would be good. Let's say, for example, that you were a local business, you had a QR code, and it was just for more information. If you wanted to, one thing you can do is you can customize this. So for example, let's say you don't want a home button. Instead you want, or you don't want a services button or about us button. You can change that to something like videos or something. And as you can see, the keyword here is changing, but of course then you'll have to change the icons as well. But this is just available to you if you want to create a free mobile site really quick. You don't even have to think that much. and just get it up and then get it rolling. The less information, usually the better, but you got to be careful as to what information you provide. So let's say videos here, you could link this to a YouTube video and so forth. Another site is called winksite.com. Winksite allows you to create a free mobile website. And Winksite allows you to create a little more detail than what we did on onbile.com. For example, there's a lot of different stuff here. I'll show you. For example, let's say we're going to choose food. And you can get an idea of what other sites people have created on winksite.com or .mobi. And this is what it looks like. You know, if somebody scanned the QR code, they would see this information here. Now keep in mind that these are third-party sites. So let's say, for example, that one day winksite.com went down and your QR code was still being advertised. Now I don't want to scare you, but it's a possibility, and I just want to give you these options. If that was the case, then it would probably be better if you hosted your mobile friendly page on your own website. And to do that, there are many scripts out there. For example, this script here, if you go to codecannon.net and you type in the keyword mobile site builder, just type it in here and click on search, you'll find this here. This right here costs $21. It's a one-time fee, that's it. You don't have to do anything else. And it allows you to create unlimited pages, YouTube, Facebook pages integration, and optimize for major mobile devices. So the good thing about this is that you pay a one-time fee, you host it on your own website, and it's a little more technical. So if you're not familiar with this, you may need to find somebody who is a little more technical. And I know I said in this video series that I wasn't going to focus too much on technical stuff, but keeping that in mind, you've got two different options. You can either use third-party tools, which are simple and easy to do, or you can host it on your own site. Another option is to use Google Sites, google.com/sites. And if you go to Google and you just type in mobile landing pages, Google, you'll get this page. And as you can see here, if you're a local business, you can create you just have to follow their template. If you create a lead generation, social media, e-commerce, or some sort of customized version, you can select different colors and so forth. And let's say for a local business, I try this template. And as you can see here, you can pretty much tweak everything. It's very, very simple layout if you're a local business and so forth. Simple layout, but you get the job done. So if you say use this template, you simply log in, edit the template, and so forth. So that's another option. Google usually does not take their stuff down. They have taken some of their products down, so that's just something to keep in mind. But for the most part, Google is pretty good at keeping their sites up. And those are the different options that you can take. And whatever option you choose, I wanted to make sure you provide those options so you understand what you can do and what will happen if a site like this goes down. Let's say you are doing this and your QR code is up, you've marketed it heavily, and you're forwarding that QR code, because once you put that QR code, you're pretty much done. You can't really change that QR code once you've put it on your flyer. So that's it. In the next video, in the video number 5, I'm going to talk about 3 ways to engage your customers with QR codes. In addition to that, how to create the QR code and how to get that rolling.